I'll just call the meeting to order, and if you would start with roll call, please. You're muted, Amber. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I've taken the roll and all members of council are present with the exception of Councillor Barry, Councillor Cameron, Councillor Desjardins, and Councillor Parker.
Thank you. And next item, please.
Next item is reading of the call. At the direction of the chair, the acting city clerk confirmed that on July 26, 2022, in accordance with the requirements of the Municipal Act, all members of City Council were given notice that a special meeting would be held this date to consider a delegation request for community event status. I can confirm that in view of this and the above compliance and that there is quorum, it is lawful to proceed with this special meeting.
Thank you very much. With that, we will just have the one item on the agenda, so we're happy to proceed with it. If you would like to announce that, please.
Yes, we have a delegation request from IRAL Summer Jam Fest 2022.
Very good. And I believe we have Mr. Neville Hamilton, who's graciously joined us. And so before we consider a motion, we'd love to welcome Mr. Hamilton to maybe make a few words. Maybe Neville just give us a brief overview of the event, and we'd love to hear about it.
Well, thank you for having me, Mr. Mayor. I do appreciate the time that you guys are spending just to hear us out. And yeah, it's something that is very dear to our hearts and our minority culture as well. So we've started this journey 3 years ago, and we decided that we'll try and find somehow to represent our people, like a voice for our people. Everybody knows like Jamaica is one of those places known for our culture and our music and the food, right? So I believe that we want to bring that to Brandon and have Brandon, be a part of that community that we're, the One Love community that Bob Marley talk about, and that's kind of what we want to spread to Brandon. And and I know as well that in Europe and all those places, like the music culture for reggae music is huge. And I believe if we do it right, and if we involve the community of Brandon with us and to strengthen us as we carry on, then that can also turn around being something viable for the city of Brandon, right? Brandon is already on the map, so I'm not going to say we're going to put Brandon on the map, but we will be able to bring something to Brandon that never has been there before, and showing Brandon as a place where is diverse, right? And not only diverse but viable as well, and being able to carry tourists and tourism to Brandon, the city of Brandon, is something that will happen if we do a great job at what we do, right? And so it's not just that we'll have fun or we'll enjoy some One Love music, but that we can be something that attract people to Brandon at a large scale. And I think it will be great for the economy, right? And I think it will be great for the city, and also people who are looking, might have a different look on what Brandon is, right? And like I've been to Brandon for many years when I was schooling out in Brandon, and that's kind of where the first dream came from when I was at ACC, right? It's like I realized how Brandon is full of life, right? And people like to party, especially Friday nights and Saturday nights, the energy is great in Brandon for this kind of stuff. So I have no doubt in my mind that this will work. I mean, it will take a little growing pains and a little bit of start up to get into it, but I think I'm gonna give ourselves like 3 years to really get to a certain level, right? And that is what we're putting out to Brandon right now. So because of COVID, it was hard for us to get started with anything. Right? We've booked the riverbank for a long time, but was unable to do anything. Keep postponing. But now, unfortunately, we're still not at that point where we could have jumped out early enough because of uncertainty, right? But we're still trying to make that one move right now, just to solidify our presence in Brandon, and to say, okay, we did one, so let's look forward to next year. So this is why we're coming to you guys right now. We're young, right? We're a young business, so it's like we don't have everything organized, and of course, as to how we want it, right? But the great thing is that we want to start it, and so we're reaching out to you guys now to give us the permit or the necessary things that we need, so that we can or ask you for it, that we can move forward in whatever our goals and our dreams are, right? If you check our website, there's a lot of information on it. We are about every culture, and of course we wanna we'd love to convert some people on the One Love train, right? And have people in Brandon singing reggae. I'm looking for every culture to join us and start supporting us every year we have this event going. So I'm looking for bands, right, who are fully white bands, right? And I'm looking for every band that has different, cultures in it. And I'm looking for people who are representing, because that's what we are, right? People who embrace all culture. That's all the root of what we do. But we're showcasing the reggae, Afro, Latin, and music is worldwide, doesn't see colors, right? And I just want Canada and all to feel that vibe, right? And I believe with the city behind us and helping us along, there's lots of stuff that we can achieve within 3 years. Because I'm thinking we don't need to be going too long to do this thing, right? Once we start with the support, then we can get there quickly, right? And not that I'm on a hurry, but it's just what I see in my vision, right? And yeah. So is there any questions that you guys want to know? Or if I don't answer everything right now, you feel free to reach out to me in any way, by email or a phone call. I'm available to talk more, right? And so yes. So if that's it for now. Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you very much, Neville. That was an excellent, very enthusiastic presentation. I'm going to open up the floor for questions from councillors in a minute. But as you could tell, I think just due to a misunderstanding about what the rules and regulations where the application for this community event designation really just came to us first of the week. So you can tell that our administration and city council are very enthusiastic and wanted to do whatever we could. So we kind of dropped everything and were able to hold this very special meeting to accommodate your timelines, because again, I think we'll all be very interested in seeing this get off the ground. And I'm not sure, Neville, if you were involved or not, but during our very popular, prior to COVID, the very popular Westman Multicultural Winter Festival, Jamaica did have a pavilion. I'm not sure if you're involved in that or not, but I did attend it, and it was very popular, very well received in our community. And I think, as you hit it on the head, the sharing among cultures in this community is just phenomenal. And I think that you will get an outreach from not only just the greater community, but all of many other cultures that hopefully will want to participate and, over time provide their bands and their involvement as well. So I think this is a very exciting proposition, and Lord knows we can use as many new and diverse events during our great Manitoba summers. So I will open up the floor to questions. I did see that Bob Marley's designate Councillor Jan Chaboy had her hand up first. So go ahead, please, Jan.
Yes, thank you, Worship, through to the presenter. I guess I just want to know a few basics about the event. What time during the day does it run, the hours? And is this a family event, or is it, and do you charge admission? Just a few details on the event itself.
Okay, if I may answer. So we're starting for the Friday. It's at 4 in the evening that we're starting it, just after work or in that period. And onwards to like 10:30, 11 closing out to back away. On Saturday, it's going to be on 2 o'clock in the evening. So that's kind of how we'll start for this year. I'm sure that we'll change it later on next year, to something earlier that we can have a full day. But for now, it's just to be safe and what we can work with. We'll do it that way.
Just one question on your evening act. What time does the last act start or end, or?
We'll be finished. We'll be finished by 10:30 somewhere there latest, and then we should everything should be closed out by 11, like totally done. Yeah.
Thanks. And then the public event part of it, is there admission fee to come through the gate?
Yes, we had to charge. Unfortunately, we had to charge a little bit of administration fee because of restrictions of funds that we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
If later we can find the support that we need, then we can either reduce that significantly or make it an event that's open. But for right now, it's what it is. So we charge like $20 for the admission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you. And I'm just watching for other hands up. Forgive me if I haven't noticed you, but come ahead if you've got a question, any member of council. Seeing any other hands up. Go ahead, Councillor Fawcett.
Yeah, thank you again, through your worship. Now, did I see, is James Montgomery on here or no? No, he's not. But just to confirm, everything is all set up. I think, I understand everything is ready at the riverbank. It was just this sort of formality we needed to do so that, otherwise all the ducks are in a row and ready to go. So, yeah, I just wanted to confirm that. That was my impression, and that we just needed this formality to take place. Yeah.
Very good. I would offer, Neville, maybe contact the police department just to double check on any noise variants. The chief of police, of course, automatically becomes aware of these special meetings that we're having, and he did email me indicating that he'd be willing to provide a noise variance. I think maybe that if something goes past 10 o'clock, you just need a kind of a special permission from the police chief, which he certainly is willing to provide if this is passed by council. So just make sure that we got all the ducks in a row. If you wouldn't mind contacting Brandon Police Service, probably through to Chief Wayne Balkan, and just to make sure that that's looked after so that you don't get any people in the neighborhood concerned about noise. You're not going that late, but just to kind of have that all covered off. And I've got Councillor Sunday Frangi with a question. Go ahead, Councillor.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a quick question. Is this kind of different from what Reggae Fest in Winnipeg is about, or there are similarities, or maybe there's a collaboration between the two?
Well, before I answer your question there, I should have noted that there's somebody else inside the chat here that you might not know. That's Natalie Wade. She's my assistant. Natalie, are you there?
Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm here. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So anyways, nice to have you, Natalie. So we have some similarities, right? But then we have a wider program than they do. So it's not just music and arts and stuff like that we're involved with. We actually have community programs going on. For instance, IRL, we have secured a spot in Steinbach that we have about 15 youths that they come together every Sunday evening, and we have a group of helpers that actually teach them how to do things, how to communicate with each other, just to enlarge in that community of minority in the area that we're from. So we'll do stuff like art and craft with them, and we'll take them to teach them how to do baking. We'll teach them how to do multiple stuff. And these are kids from youths from 12 to upwards, right? So that's another part. I know you don't know about it yet, but maybe you'll check on our website and you'll probably see some information there about it. So the other organizations probably don't do stuff like what we do. So we consistently do stuff right through the year. right? And we do multiple different events as we go. So it's not like a one-shot summer deal for us, right? We're investing in people's life, changing people's life in general, right? So that's a big difference between us and them, right? And but the music is, yes, reggae music, and we'll carry international and local artists. Our goal is to actually help our local inspired artists to see a bigger picture, right? So we'll introduce them to different people as we go on in the music industry, and we'll also have collaborations going back and forth. So it's a bigger deal than just, you know, having a festival for us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. And before we take a motion, I'm just making sure I don't have any other hands up for questions from councillors. I'm not seeing any others. So I think we have that covered. So thank you very much, Neville, but just stay on the line here while we kind of formally conduct this. So a motion would be helpful if somebody wanted to make that. I don't know if Councillor Fawcett's kind of in your ward, if you wanted to make that. Go ahead, please. You're on mute though, Jeff.
I'll make the motion. I don't have it written in front of me, so
Okay, just for clarity then, the motion would be that the IRAL Summer Jam Fest to be held July 29th to 30th, 2022 at the Riverbank Discovery Center be designated as a community event in the city of Brandon. Moved by Councillor Fawcett. If I could get a seconder, please. Watching.
Well, Cullen had it up there, but Jan dressed for it better.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put Councillor Chaboyer down as the seconder then. Any discussion? Would the mover wish to speak?
No, through your worship. This was something that we knew was coming, and James had actually touched base on Monday to say, you know what, we just needed this one little formality here to take place. They've been advertising for a while. We love getting stuff done down at the riverbank. We've got it set up for it. It looks like it'll be a really good event. My only regret is that my good friend Gervin Fearon, who is a Jamaican advocate and former president of Brandon University, is not here, because he would have been gung-ho and he'd have had his saxophone and been trying to slip in different spots. So maybe next year we'll drag him back from Toronto again.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Very good. Any other councillor wish to comment prior to us asking the question?
Jan?
Not seeing any other hands up. I think we're ready.
Jan.
Oh,
Sorry, Jan. Jan?
not
Councillor
seeing-
Chaboyer.
You're on mute, Jan.
I didn't see that she had her hand up from my end, but
Edit it physically.
oh,
Okay,
okay.
okay.
Go ahead, Jan.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. Yes, I support this event. I think Brandon is, you know, rich in diversity, and it's time for all community members to embrace this new festival. And I really think that they will truly embrace the One Loves concept and reggae music. And I think that I'm just ecstatic that people in our community are getting together to put together this event, and from the outside to share this with Brandon. It only makes us all better as a citizen to enjoy the richness and diversity and the beauty of different cultural music events like this. So thank you. I fully support it.
Well said. Thank you very much. Any other councillor had any comment before we call the question? And I'm not seeing any, so I'm going to call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. And I will add for the record that Councillor Sean Cameron was able to join partway through the meeting and was able to vote on that as well. So thank you for getting with us there, Councillor Cameron. So there you go, Neville, Irie, we're ready to go. Good luck to you all. This will be an exciting event. You know what? This might be a bit of a blessing in disguise that it did kind of come a bit late because here on, Wednesday of the week, with the thing imminent this weekend, hopefully this gives a little more spotlight on the event and get people kind of cranked up. So maybe this kind of last minute thing, will be kind of helpful to draw attention to the event and get people out. And I think it's supposed to be a fabulous weekend for weather, and so it could be just perfect. So thank you very much for joining us, Neville and Natalie, and most of all, thank you very much for taking the initiative to put this on in our community at our gorgeous riverbank. And we wish you nothing but the best for a great kickoff and for many, many years of this coming forward. So good luck to you all.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
everyone.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Madam Clerk, next item of business.
A motion to adjourn would be in order.
Moved by Councillor Chaboyer, seconded by Councillor Lupke. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. So thank you very much all to council for kind of jumping to the pump here on short notice and joining us. It was a delightful meeting and great cause, and we wish them all the best in this moving forward. So with that, we'll see you out there. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Good, Neville.
Thank you.